What's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired? Story 1, The Bathroom Breaker. When I was a teen working at Pizza Hut, we had this 18-year-old guy who was definitely a junkie. He'd show up, do his job, then take one really long bathroom break each day. Before it, he was sweaty and irritated. Afterwards, slow and goofy. Everyone knew he was using, just like we knew the parking lot guys were smoking behind the dumpster. No one cared as long as the work got done. One day, he doesn't come out of the bathroom. We're banging on the door. Nothing. We think he overdosed, so we pick the lock. And there he is, one arm shooting up, the other furiously jerking off. Yeah. He got fired immediately. Opinion. There's always a tolerance threshold in low-paying jobs, but once your personal demons start interfering with shared spaces, especially in that way, there's no looking back. But some boundaries you just don't cross. Story 2, The Boot Bandit. At a construction site, we had a coworker who had been around for 5 years. Out of nowhere, people start noticing weird stains in their work boots. Someone sets up a hidden camera to investigate. Turns out, this dude was going into the change room at the end of the day, sniffing and ejaculating inside people's boots. Seriously. Caught red-handed. The company replaced all our boots and fired him. Still, I get the feeling this guy waits until we throw our old boots away and then takes them home. Opinion. This one's not even NSFW, it's just disturbing. There are freaks, and then there are freaks who violate your personal items. He didn't just lose a job, he lost his basic claim to humanity. Story 3, The Truck Orgy. I used to work at a vehicle assembly yard. One day, a coworker noticed several people sneaking into the back of a parked delivery truck. He didn't think much of it until a supervisor asked about them. Turns out inside that truck were 2 naked men, 2 naked women, and a meth pipe. They'd been regularly hosting mini orgies during work hours. Nobody knew for how long. Opinion. Low wages and high stress create wild coping mechanisms, but bringing meth and sex parties to your job site? That's not burnout, that's a full-blown breakdown. Story 4, The NIN Note. At a golf course, a new girl started working. One guy instantly got a crush and noticed she had a 9-inch nails sticker on her car. Instead of striking up a normal convo, he left a note on her windshield with the line, "I want to f you like an animal." That's right, that lyric. She didn't respond well. He didn't work there much longer. Opinion. This is what happens when you confuse being edgy with being a complete creep. Rule of thumb, if your romantic gesture sounds like a felony, don't write it down. Story 5. The VIP Bathroom Pervert. There was a private bathroom in the first aid room. Technically off limits, but everyone used it. One day, a woman walks in and catches a supervisor mid-oral situation with the cleaning lady. What's worse? It wasn't his first time getting caught. It was his 4th. Regular employees would have been tossed out the first time. But somehow, this guy just kept getting away with it until finally, someone had enough. Opinion. When management protects its own, no matter how disgusting the behavior, it sends one message to the rest of us. Rules are optional if you have power. Story 5. The Boardroom Bigot. Sometimes people ruin their careers with just a single sentence. This happened at a major financial services firm. During a team meeting, someone was walking around handing out forms. They accidentally skipped one guy. Instead of joking or raising his hand, the man said loudly, "What am I?" An yup. That was his go-to response. In a professional setting, with executives and colleagues all around, the room went dead silent. No one knew how to react. It wasn't just offensive, it was completely unhinged. The person who told the story said it's been over 25 years and they're still stunned by it. Even worse, this wasn't an isolated incident in that era. Another Redditor chimed in, "I worked with a sweet old nurse who called her favorite candy babies in front of the whole unit. When we said something, she said, 'I'm not prejudiced, that's just what they were called,' even though the name had been changed to licorice babies decades ago." People like this remind us that casual racism doesn't always look like angry yelling. It often hides behind outdated jokes, fake ignorance, and a refusal to change. Whether it's a finance bro or a sweet old nurse, ignorance is still ignorance, and sometimes it deserves a pink slip. Story 6, 7-figure sexcapades. This next one takes corporate dysfunction to a whole new level. At a publicly held investment firm, the general counsel and the chief investment officer were having an affair. That alone wasn't the issue. The guy was married, the woman wasn't, but technically it was a personal matter. The problem? They were having sex in the office. Coworkers noticed. Complaints came in. HR even gave them an official warning. And what did they do? They kept doing it. In the building, during work hours, with other staff just a few feet away. Eventually, enough was enough. Both of them were fired. And keep in mind, they were making seven figures each. Opinion, some people would do anything to protect a six-figure paycheck. These two, they risked millions just to sneak around the office. It's proof that even the smartest people can make the dumbest choices when hormones take the wheel. Story 7. The double standard supervisor. Some workplaces don't just have bad employees, they have bad leadership. At one company, there was a private bathroom inside the first aid room. Technically off limits, but people used it anyway because it was clean and quiet. One day, a woman walks in to find a supervisor mid-act with the cleaning woman. And by mid-act, I mean his pants were down and she had his, well, you get it. Shocking? Sure. But what's worse, this was the fourth time he'd been caught doing this. 3 previous times he'd been spoken to, but allowed to stay. No suspension, no firing. Because he was a supervisor, he got special treatment. Opinion. When regular employees get fired for being 5 minutes late, but management gets a pass for literally getting oral sex on the job, that's not just hypocrisy. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. These are the kind of double standards that rot a company from the inside out. From racial slurs in boardrooms and office affairs to creepy lyric notes and management with no shame, these stories are proof that some people bring all their baggage to work. Some were fired on the spot, others protected for way too long. But one thing's clear. No matter how wild your workplace is, you've probably never walked in on a supervisor mid-job or found out your boots were part of someone's kink collection. And if you have, I hope you're updating your resume. Drop a comment below. What's the worst or weirdest thing you've seen a coworker do? Smash the like button if you enjoyed these insane stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more workplace drama, Reddit chaos, and stories that make you grateful for your boring 9 to 5.